Good evening, Backloggery. Been a little while since we did one of these. Like I said in the blog post last time, I've been tinkering around with Firebase to see how I like it. Mainly the Firestore part, which is their NoSQL database. And other than they had a little server downtime, funnily enough, when I was signing up. It looked like that was only on their account management stuff and not like sites at large being affected, at least from what I could tell. So that's only mildly worrying, hopefully. But that aside, I've been really enjoying it so far. So this is a more of an app version of the Backloggery than what you've been seeing so far. This is what is known as a single page app. Meaning if I go to a different page, instead of like loading a new, you see the browser like load an entire new page from scratch, it just kind of goes immediately to where you're going, which is, really friggin' cool. I really like it. That's not part of Firebase particularly, that's more of a Vue thing, but what I realized when tinkering around with Firebase is that if I want to make the Backloggery a progressive web app eventually, I should really make it a single page app up front. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing a mini remake not far down the line. The good news with that is because I was already making most of the front end in Vue, it is a fairly small transition to do that. Most of the code doesn't change. The only thing I'm going to have to change is the database portion, because that is going to go from SQL to NoSQL. But that's more of a going with Firebase as our host thing than a single page app thing. But jargon aside, as you can see, let me toggle into phone mode here. I got rid of the footer on the bottom, so it feels more like an app. It doesn't waste your phone screen. I got those little slide out menus you're probably familiar with. And, this is a pretty rough draft. Not a rough draft, but, not polished up version of the site right now. So this will, if you're in a full browser view, this will expand out instead of staying a hamburger menu. But what I did do to test the Firestore database portion of the service was go ahead and remade the live stream page. Probably a lot of you don't watch our live streams, but this is something I had to make sooner or later. Pretty simple part of the site to recreate as a test, and whether or not I stuck with Firestore, it's I could, again, because it's Vue code either way, I could use most of this if I went back to the other version of the site. But just to show you how this works real quick here, I don't have any authentication or anything in right now, so anyone can just hit this button and edit. And this is fairly quick and dirty, because this is just something me and Try and Lynn will use instead of everyone at large. So, if I want to edit the stream schedule, I can just hey, we're not going to go pumpkin carving. Let's get rid of that, and you can see back here that updates in real time. Whoop, clicked off. If Try doesn't want to play Illbleed, maybe he wants to play, what does he want to play? He wants to play Haunting Ground. Save that. And I don't have the notification system in here yet, but, in theory, a little thing would pop up and hopefully tell you that that's saved. And if we want to add a stream, what are we adding? Let's add PT. And we'll do, for my birthday, I'll have Lynn play PT. She's totally not going to do that, but in theory. And that pops right in, automatically updates real time. It's cool. That kind of real-time updating thing, it's mostly Vue, but Firestore plays a role in that. It would actually be like really easy to code like our own version of a chat room or something with this. Might be expensive on the server side to do that, but it would be really easy to do, which is cool. Let's see, anything else? Oh, I went with more of a, like the basic page design here is more of a basic, like standard, monocolor background instead of the more segmented version I've been using on the site remake. Just as an experiment, really, because I haven't tried the Backloggery like that before. And it's fine, but I think I prefer the segmented look. If nothing else, it's like a uniquely Backloggery thing, as far as I'm aware of, anyway. Yeah. Long story short, I really like Firestore, and I'm planning to go forward with that. Like I said, I'll have to port the other code from the non-single page version of the Backloggery into this, but that should be pretty darn quick because it's all Vue, and I'll largely just a cut and paste job. I'll have to, tweak a style here or there, but should go real quick. The difficult part will be transferring or switching more of the back-end management from SQL to NoSQL. But I've not used a lot of SQL. For people who don't know databases, like SQL is like an Excel spreadsheet, and NoSQL is more like a Windows file system with like folders and documents inside them, to put it really basically. The cool thing about NoSQL is that it's a lot more flexible. Like if you need to go back and change how things are structured later, you can. That can get you into trouble if you don't watch out, but it's something that's easier to do. And it also scales a lot better. So if the site suddenly got really popular after the remake launched, it would handle that more or less automatically, which is, one less thing for me to worry about. Fine by me. So yeah, I guess that's it right now. I'm gonna be working on getting everything we have so far into this single page version of the site. So yeah, let me know if you like the segmented look versus the unsegmented look, for lack of a better word. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. It's like the boxes with the pixel background instead of just a flat page. Any thoughts are welcome, and I'll see you guys. This is going to be a busy month for me for school reasons, teaching reasons, and also hopefully for spooky reasons. But I'm not sure when I'll be able to get the porting done. But hopefully, like I said, only not working full time, maybe a month tops. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a good chunk of that next time I talk to you guys. So until then, thanks for watching and thanks for supporting.